What it do with the folk, man? It's your boy, DT3. Boom, BZ. No, we're not gonna do no music. We ain't doing no intro today. We just finna go in on this, man. I'm finna wait for the folk to time in real quick. So I'm finna sit back, relax, kick back, and I'm finna speak when I get a couple more folks up in here, man. So chill out for a second. By the way, we looking for Khalid Plant. I'm putting out an APB on Khalid Plant. I just want an APB put out on Khalid Plant. Let me know. Did anybody see a Khalid Plant tweet? I need to know what Khalid Plant tweeted. I need to know what Khalid Plant tweeted. Oh no, no, no. Oh no, mad dog. Let me tell you something. See. What had happened was Canelo is going for undisputed, right? And guess what? Khalid Plant just so happens to have a IBF world title at 168 pounds. Who knew? Ain't that a bitch? So, you know what? Why you don't hear nothing from Khalid Plant? Why Khalid Plant ain't talking no shit? Khalid, where you at? I'm calling for you. I'm putting the APB out on you. Where you at, Khalid? Where you at? I hear you. I hear all this Benavidez and all. Benavidez ain't got no belt. Benavidez ain't got shit. So I don't want to hear about Benavidez. He ain't got shit. He ain't gonna fight Benavidez because Benavidez ain't got shit. You already know, source. I told you. I told you. I'm finna tear into Khalid Plant's whole ass. Where you at, Khalid? Any tweets? Anybody seen the Khalid Plant tweet? I need to know, please. Somebody let me know if y'all seen the Khalid Plant tweet. I'm putting out an APB out on Khalid Plant. This is a DT3 APB on Khalid Plant. This is finna be a trend to all you clout chasing boxers out here in the world. Has anybody seen a Khalid Plant tweet in the last 15 to 20 minutes pertaining to Saul Canelo Alvarez? I don't want to hear about no Darrell shit. Hold on, let me. There you go, source. That's for my boy. That's for the boxing source. Just in case you want to slide on real quick. I got a little time. Just gonna do my little patrol real quick and stroll out. You know what I'm saying? Feel free to slide on, man. I'm still looking for Khalid Plant. I'm putting out an APB. I'm looking for a Khalid Plant tweet. Where you at, Fight Hype? Where you at, Fight Hub? Y'all ain't on your job today. What the fuck going on? I want to know what the fuck is going on up out here, man. Come on, Khalid. You be doing all this talking. We sitting there talking about Benavidez. Well, I'm just realizing that Saul Canelo Alvarez is looking to become undisputed champion and reciprocity to Khalid, you have an IBF world title at 168 pounds, cuz. So reciprocity to what it do, source?
God Squad in the building. What's happening?
And nothing, chilling, like a villain. Like I told you, I'm finna tear into his ass.
Man, I just can't believe this, man.
Don't make no damn sense. Like, I mean, they do all this clout chasing and talking shit about fighters, and then when it's like, okay, it's a real threat that's coming your way, Khalid, and his name is Saul Canelo Alvarez. Since he's saying he want to be undisputed and all that, and ever since he been at 68, I ain't really heard too much of a peep, a whisper, a motherfucking stir cry over Canelo Alvarez whatsoever. Since he came to 168, I wonder why that is. I mean, unless you know something I don't know, source. I mean, have you heard Khalid plant so much as twitch towards Canelo Alvarez's way? Like, say anything like he want that smoke? For real?
Nah, he ain't really said anything. We saw about what happened last year after Player had his win over Vincent Feigenbutz, and then they initially brought up Canelo, and he's like, it ain't the time right now. I'm on CP time or something he said last year about it. And now here we are, and you're pretty much right there where you could be the undisputed super middleweight champion possibly. And Plant ain't really saying much about it at all. And he just had his little walkthrough against Caleb Truax a few weeks ago. Well, weeks ago actually. That was at the end of January. And he kind of seems like he's chilling. I mean, he got his girl, Jordan Plant and all that, or whatever it is, and he's chilling and whatnot, So I guess he, feels like he's content at the moment, because I ain't hearing much of nothing coming out of
And who do you think Khalid Plant's next opponent is supposed to be? You got any idea of who's next opponent is supposed to be coming up?
It would be something if he actually holds out until, because all signs lead to Canelo fighting Caleb Plant on Mexican Independence Weekend in September. But is Caleb Plant gonna sit and chill until that? I guess he looks like he is, because I don't see anything else that's out there for him before that particular fight. That's why I suggested in the other, with Myron, I said, Jamal Charlo should just go ahead and move up to 168 and fight Caleb Plant. Why not? Because I know one thing. I know that Jamal Charlo says that he wants to fight Canelo Alvarez, and he definitely wants that fight, and he'll say it straight up. So if he's hungry for that fight, I say go ahead and fight Caleb Plant.
Yeah, because he's already on the PBC side. He's on your side of the street. And if you really want to get that Canelo smoke, fight Caleb Plant. You fight Caleb Plant, knock his ass out. Hey, that's a good fucking deal, source. If he really wanted that Canelo smoke, you fight Khalid Plant, beat him, and then bam. Since if Canelo is really serious about becoming undisputed, he has to fight you. And the IBF belt in this day and age is a pretty prestigious belt. So the fact that you have that makes you an opponent that he cannot avoid. And you don't have to like we said on like I said on Myron's channel, and shout out to Myron Magnus Boxing Logics United. This is basically pretty much an extension of his live stream that he just did about two minutes ago. But real rap, I really think that if Jamal Charlo do that, if just all he has to do is just sit back, kick his feet up, and just wait for Canelo. If that's what Canelo really wants, is to be undisputed super middleweight champion. And because I mean, he's not. Who we gonna do? What are he gonna do? Move up and fight who? Better Beef? No.
Yeah, he's not gonna fight Better Beef. At
Bivol?
175.
Or Bivol?
Bivol was talking about he wanted to come down to 168. So, and I was thinking, and this was last year, after Charlo had this fight with Derevianchenko, it had a little pay-per-view, and a few people bought it, I bought it and whatnot. It kind of thought about the possibility of a Charlo versus Canelo. But I'm saying if Charlo goes ahead and fights Plant and beats Plant, then we could wait until next year and you would have a really big fight between Jamal Charlo and Canelo Alvarez for the undisputed super middleweight championship, and it could be in Texas. You know how big that would be? Come on, yo, that would be huge.
Yeah, that would be major, bro. And then especially by that time, and that'd even be big. Could you imagine if they? And I mean, I'm just saying, don't be. I mean, if you're listening, PPC, I'm just throwing the idea out there. You know, if y'all able to make that happen, you know what I mean? If y'all put together a fight with Khalid Planch or Jamal beat him, and then y'all able to put together an undisputed twin fight, whereas you got Jamel fighting for undisputed and Jamal fighting for undisputed with Canelo on the card at the same time. Just saying, you can't tell me that ain't gonna make no money. That's all I'm saying. That would be awesome. But to have him fight for undisputed Jamal Charlo in what, like 2 years after having the IBF, that would be huge, bro. That would be huge. Even if after Jamel Charlo fights and becomes undisputed himself, because I'm sure that fight happened before that. I'm just saying that would be wishful thinking that they would put that together. That'd be awesome as card. But I'm just thinking, wishful thinking. But I do think that would be good for both of the brothers, and that would be good for PBC if they were able to make that happen. Cause who is Canelo with? He's not with the Zone. He ain't with Top Rank. He ain't with nobody. He's by himself now.
Exactly. You know, you can't tell him nothing about across the street and none of that nonsense, right?
No, you can't pull that. He's a full free agent. He on his Mikey Garcia hype. You know what I mean? So, I mean, I don't. Shit, Mikey ain't hungry no more either. Shit, he ain't worried about nothing. He's driving Lamborghinis and shit.
Hey, yo, Mikey Garcia is living off that fight against freaking Jesse Vargas where he got $7 million last year. $7 million. That was a full-fledged year ago.
Out the door? Like out the door? Like he left with $7, man? Like 7 whole?
How much did he get for fighting Spence?
Wow.
Ooh, I forgot. And that was a pay-per-view, wasn't it?
Yeah. So I guess he's
pay-per-view.
I guess he's set for life. He got them 2 big fights. Because I was going to ask you, where is he? Because now would be the perfect time for him to come out with all these youngsters around 135, 140.
Right, but no, you got to think. You got to think too. He got paid for 3 fights. While we talking, he got paid for fighting AB. He got paid for fighting Errol Spence. That was big money. That was pay-per-view. And then he got money for that shit. Nigga, Mikey got paid for a few fights. He living nice right now. Win, lose, and draw.
Yeah, that base purse for the Spence fight was $3 million. So he got 3 plus a pay-per-view.
I didn't know that. I mean, wow. Yeah, because I guess he did the Dave Chappelle thing. You know, he walked away for a little bit, then he came back, and he was like, "F you, pay me," and he got paid. Yeah. Man. He's retired. He's retired. He ain't, you know, he don't be thinking
who's gonna be able to afford Mikey Garcia, man? Damn.
Nobody. Because Bob ain't gonna pay for him.
Because here was the thing too. After that fight with Vargas last year, he would have been put in position to fight for one of them titles. He could have fought Yordenis Ugas for that WBA belt, but for some reason, he was like, he didn't even, I guess, sweat it because I thought he thought he was still in the running for Pacquiao. So now you got Ugas that became WBA regular champ, and now he's elevated to super champ. And so, you could have Ugas fighting Errol Spence this year. And Mikey Garcia is like sitting there holding the bag or whatever. So, yeah, he's going to be good, boy. He's going to be set because there's nothing out there for him. Oh, he in the gym training. Like, I know, what is it? I don't know if it was this, like, early this year, though. Like, his mom passed, I think it was due to COVID, too. So that kind of, like, set him back. But outside of that, I really don't know what Mikey Garcia is going to, like, who he's going to fight.
I think Mikey was gonna fucking retire. Shit, I don't think Mikey. I mean, I know he not, but Mikey not hungry for nothing. I mean, like he not really hungry for anything. I don't see him really trying to do much in the game.
He
Nothing
don't need to be
There's,
hungry no more.
I think there's still a slim chance that he could fight Manny Pacquiao, but even then, it's like, what would be? I don't see what the incentive is from a fan standpoint of a Manny Pacquiao Mikey Garcia fight. Like, I really don't see like what would be the motivation for people wanting to watch that.
Okay, yeah, because I was gonna say if he got $7 million for Vargas, he'd want like $10 million to fight Pacquiao. So that fight ain't happening.
Yeah, that fight ain't. Yeah, that's not gonna. Yeah. Mm-mm.
Even though he
Nah.
comes with an audience, Pacquiao's like, I don't need your audience because mine's bigger than yours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, commercial. Do y'all think? And I really think it's gonna either happen in the next fight or the fight after next. I think Adrian Broner's gonna fight Prograis either this year or the beginning of 2022. I'm going on the women. I'm saying it right here, right now. I believe that fight's gonna happen.
Yeah, it's gonna be 2022. Because I mean, well, at least from Broner's side, he said that he doesn't think his fight against Prograis is gonna be next. So they're gonna wait until 2022. But my thing with Broner is I'm just not sure if he's gonna make 140 because Prograis could be at 140 still, and he could fight like Mario Barrios or somebody like that at 140. But for Broner, he couldn't even make 140 for his fight against that he had it last week. Well, his opponent couldn't make it either, but still,
Can I be honest with you about Broner? Broner is no longer there mentally when it comes to fighting. He'll go through he'll go through the training and but he needs to go the Mike Tyson route. And Mike Tyson said this on the show, which I knew already. He needs a hypnotist or somebody that tells him, you the best, you this, you that. And then once he gets in the ring, he can do his thing. But he is no longer there. I can tell by the way, you can tell by his body language in the ring. Okay, he lets what, 4 punches go around, if that, right?
Yep.
And then he don't do nothing else, right?
Yep.
He's not there. He's that dude that shows up to work and says, well, I'll do what I need to do just to keep my job, but I'm really not going to put out that much of an effort.
I said it after that fight. He really shouldn't have jumped up from 135 to 147. Because even though he went ahead and he fought Paulie wasn't really anybody that could, have any pop behind his punch. But then after he fought,
they knew that though. They knew that.
Paulie
can't know that.
Yeah, but when he fought Marcos Maidana, and then he started to get those power shots in, and even with Maidana was coming up from 140 to 147. But Broner was getting knocked around and all that type of stuff. And now you just see him, and he's not willing to engage against fighters anymore, or he hasn't since then. Like he should be able to beat guys like Adrian Granados. But he couldn't beat Adrian Granados. Like, come on. Someone of his caliber should be Adrian Granados, and he couldn't do that.
He should have stopped him. He should have stopped Granados. Like, literally, he should have stopped him. I think like Can Man, the real Can Man.
Yeah, Can Man. He would stop him. Yeah, and Sean Porter kind of like was talking about that too. He's like, he doesn't see the Can Man in Broner right now. So it's like,
you're never going to see that again.
Yeah, not going to see that again. So it's a wrap for the kid.
I tell you what, right? I think the worst thing that ever happened to him is when Floyd stepped in and took that rematch from him, because he never got a chance to actually beat this cat. And I think after that, that stayed in his mind that his jaw was broke and he got beat. Because if you look at it, in the fight when he fought him, he had these little pockets where he was outboxing him.
Yeah.
And then he went back to saying, okay, he dropped me, I fell behind, I got the fight, right? Mm-hmm. If he would have just stayed boxing, he could have outpointed the boy. He could have outpointed him, because you notice he didn't get knocked out in that fight, did he? I'm trying to remember. Did he get knocked out? No, but he took a hell of a beating, though.
He just got beat up.
Yeah, but he stood. But he stood, which told me that he has the ability to take a punch, and if he would have boxed, he actually would have edged that boy out when Floyd stepped in and took that fight solely for money, not for anything else, solely for money, that actually ruined his mental somewhat. Because, after that, he used the suicide thing, the drinking, just everything just boom, 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 boom,
And
boom
then the
after that.
way Floyd beat him, though, the way Floyd beat him, and he beat, you know what I'm saying? Like, the first time, Floyd fought Maidana two different ways. First time, he was trying to show that, he ain't afraid to, like, stand in there and let Maidana just punch on him. Like, he'll sit there and, make it entertaining in that way. But the second time, he just boxed the shit out of him. Pretty much did what Troy just said. He just pretty much moved and boxed and just let him just swing himself to death. Like, he just put on the boxing clinic the second time they fought. And I think not only is like, he was like, Floyd beat him two different ways. I beat him in the pocket, boxed him when I wanted to, fought him when I wanted to. I pretty much did whatever I wanted with him. And that's like, and this dude whooped your ass.
I think,
crazy.
man, I think that the dude we saw from the beginning was extremely proud, and he needs that reinforcement. We talking about Broner now, right? He needs that reinforcement, and when you take away that type of fight from him and say, okay, well, I'm gonna do this myself, and that had something to do, that builds up in him, and I don't know, man, he's not gonna come back, and I really don't want to see the dude hurting the ring and all that, because we all got a cousin that act the ass like Broner. We don't hate him, but we like, man, if I could slap you, man, and we still be boys later. But we all got a cousin like Broner. You don't want to see him hurt. And the funny thing is, he has the personality, to be a promoter, and he has a company, but he's not doing nothing with it, is he?
Nope.
Nah. All about the billions. All about the billions.
AB, about bullshitting billions.
AB, about billions. Always busy.
For real, AB with that bullshit, bro. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I mean, I think AB is not really, like I said, AB is never gonna be world champion. I didn't say that to try to put him down. It was just like the competition that's out there. AB being as gun shy as he is, only want to throw one or two punches and then brag and say, yeah, man, I've been working on my jab, man, a lot. Nigga, you've been jabbing for the last 10, 12 fights. That's all you've been doing. So, I mean, it's nothing really impressive to me about AB right now. I mean, except when I didn't like him. That's the cold part about it. You know what I'm saying? I actually like him more because I know him kind of more personably. Like, I kind of feel where he be coming from in a sense now, being older and all that. But I just don't see AB really doing nothing special in the sport of boxing no more. I don't see AB doing nothing. I don't even see him becoming a super champion or an interim champion or none of that. I just don't see him doing any of that.
Nah, he's not going to do that. He's not going to do that, Boone. He's not going to do that. No. He needs some love, man. He needs someone to turn him upside down and shake him, and stay with him through all the madness he's going to set them through. And then once he gets all that madness, the dust off him, you turn to him and say, okay, you done with your bullshit? Because now we're going to train. And that's how you're going to get him back if he still wants to fight. Y'all saw the 5 heartbeats, right? You saw the 5 heartbeats. Okay.
I've seen it, yeah.
There was a scene that everybody know in the 5 heartbeats when he came to one of their shows, Eddie Kane, when he came through the crowd. He's like, look, y'all, I still got it. I still got it, what was the song he was singing, Boxing Sauce? Huh?
Oh man, I was
nice like this. I wish.
Oh
okay,
yeah.
That's where Broner is right now. He's in that space of mind, he's in that space of mind where he might feel he still got it, but he ain't doing shit. He needs. I'm gonna tell you the truth. The boy's blessed with skill, but he's the type that needs the reinforcement constantly. He needs that reinforcement, but it got to be tough. It can't be like, hey, B, we love you, man. Nigga, get off your ass, man. Get off your ass. I'm going to stand by, Yeah, you got to be tough on him. That tough love that, hey, I will break every bone in your body, but then I'll heal you.
No, I mean, I made a mistake there. Like, he beat Granados. He had that draw against Jesse Vargas. Like, yeah.
Jesse whooped his ass.
I was like,
Jesse beat his ass. I hate to get at AB like that, but Jesse whooped his ass, bro. I don't give
Broner,
him.
someone is saying Broner versus Danny Garcia. Man, I don't know about that.
No, I think that fight will be boring. I think that fight will
Yeah,
be the who gonna land that one punch. You know, because
Broner versus Garcia should have happened years ago.
it really should have. If you want to be technical, it should have happened when they both could have been at 140. But guys, and it's like when you look back at the fights that could have happened or maybe should have happened, it's like you kind of and knowing the game a little bit more now, it's like y'all be really fucking off lightweight because there's so many fights that could have happened eons ago that didn't happen, and it's even fights that could happen now that's like, oh, it's not gonna happen for whatever reason. Cause no, I don't want to see a Danny Garcia, Adrian Broner fight, even though it'll sell because of the name. But I don't want to see it because it'll be boring. You gonna see and Garcia looking for that one straight right hand and that check left hook all night long.
Mhm.
And it's gonna be boring.
Yeah.
Man, I tell you what. Also about AB, he's the one that can open up a discussion, man. That helps others because I think he's also depressed too. And we as men, especially black men, we're like, man, I ain't gonna talk to nobody. I'm gonna just tough it out. I'm gonna just tough it out and see it through. But if you look in his eyes, even though in the press conference he might be talking some good shit and all that, look in his eyes when he's talking. Tell me if you see any light. You don't see no light, do you? You just see somebody that's just talking. You don't. What I mean by
he
light,
just be talking.
right? You don't see that passion, that fire in his eyes that most fighters get, or just a focused individual get, right? It's like this fire in their eyes. You don't see that in his eyes anymore, do you?
No.
Like he'll have those.
Can y'all do me a favor? Can y'all go
What's up?
backstage real quick? I gotta handle something real fast. Can y'all, Troy and Box Source, can y'all go
Yeah,
backstage real quick?
yeah, man. I'll bounce and come back on. All right.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, bet.
You were talking about the thing with Broner. He had this interview. I guess it was post fight with Brian Custer, and he was talking about the thing. Then, he was saying, like he'll have his little, I guess, moments where he has those jokes and that type of thing. But yeah.
Oh, never mind. H Money, come back. When H Money come back, I'm gonna need you to go backstage real quick, Source come, because I want to holler at him on a personal thing. We gotta have a little one-on-one real quick. But H Money, slide back. That's why I was trying to clear the panel for you real fast. You know what I mean? I don't really do the whole little. No, don't cut out Source unless he come back. But if he come back, then let me highlight him real quick. I don't want you to dip off. I just want you to go backstage until I have a chat with him real fast. And I'm kind of glad I get to do this shit publicly. So that's if he come back though. But yeah. Anyway, but I do think that Adrian Broner, I mean, I just feel a lot like when you did the stream about the gatekeepers and shit, like who's a gatekeeper in the sport and all that. And I'm like, well, I do feel like Adrian Broner is a gatekeeper and Jesse Vargas is a gatekeeper.
Yeah.
I don't know of any other fighters. I can't really think of any other fighters that are gatekeepers, but I think that those two fighters are a gatekeeper. But here you go. Slide back real quick, bro.
Yeah, we were talking about like Josecito Lopez, or like you said, Jesse Vargas, or people like that, or gatekeepers.
Right. But, hey, Source, go backstage real quick for me. Let me holler at H Money real fast. Just go backstage real quick. You don't have to dip. I'm gonna bring you back.
All right, let me see how this go, man. All right.
What's up, Rainy?
Yo, what up, bro?
I heard you been wanting to holler at me. You still got the same number? Cause I called you. Was trying to save the whole.
Nah, I got a new number. I got a different line. I wanted to talk. I told Andrew Tucker to holler at you. I think after me and you was on the same stream with Jalik, the leader. So I think we had talked right there. But I wanted to give you a public apology, man. I apologize to you, my brother, man. I'm sorry about the back and forth that we had. And man, I just want to correct myself. Become a better person at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? Man up, and I apologize to you, bro. You brought me in, and I think me and you never really had a problem until it was other people that got involved, like you were saying in your video, NBBC over everything. It's like different entities will get involved in something that ain't got nothing to do with them and cause problems within the ranks. And I think you and Two Hands was talking about it, and you and Myron, you feel me? So I never had a problem with you, bro. I liked it, you, bro. But I had a problem with somebody else that you was cool with, and niggas was saying, "Oh, don't fuck with age, don't fuck with age." Now, like me being a young brother, it kind of hurt me a little bit because I think I was sick like for a whole week, and I missed a lot of shows. I wasn't online, and I think one of the homies was like, "Yo, DT ain't fucking with you," and I'm like, "For real? Like, damn, I was sick. I didn't know what it was, but." I never had a problem with you, bro, until people were saying that he said this or she said that and all of that. But at the end of the day, bro, I'm a changed man. I'm a changed person, and I want to correct myself. Anybody I ever I disrespected or went back and forth with, I don't have a problem with nobody, bro. You show me love, and I apologize, bro. Anything I ever said or whatever I did, I apologize to you, bro, like a man. You know what I mean? Online in front of everybody, my nigga.
That's bull. I appreciate that. That's what's up. Cause it was I had a real issue with you because you gotta understand something. I mean, that's why I called you, because what I'm finna tell you is the same shit I would have told you if I was on the phone with you. So this ain't no for real online shit. This really how I would have really got at you pertaining to it. But you, like I told you when I said you was my number one draft pick, I didn't say that shit for the online shit. And I need you to understand something too, my nigga. You are the only person has been my number one draft pick. You understand me? So since then, there has not been that, and I don't think there, as far as I'm concerned, there'll never be that. Because when I said that to you, that's when I was just now starting the NBBC. That was before Two Hands. That was before Myron. That was before Andrew. That was before I was talking to them on the phone like I'm talking to them now. You know what I mean? That was before all that. That was the beginning of that. You know what I mean? And I brought you in on all that. And I wanted you to be a part of all that because you was young, because you had all this energy, you was vibrant and all that shit. You know what I mean? If I ever got an issue with anybody, you know what I'm saying, I'll talk to you. You know what I'm saying? It's all good to come holler at me and, you know what I'm saying, see what's up. I'm not a subliminal dude. I'm not gonna talk about you online and then talk to you different on the phones. No, it's not gonna happen. So when my biggest thing was when you did the video, I don't give a fuck about the little crack man shit and all that. That shit was cute. I thought that shit was funny. But it was just a thing about my kids. I love my kids. I cherish my kids and my family. That's important to me. And anybody that follow me and that subscribe to me know that that's important to me is my wife and my kids. And that's something I do not play with. So when you did that, that shit hurt more than anything. That's what hurt. It's like, bro, you brought my kids to this. You like saying shit like that. And if the right person or the wrong person would have saw that, I probably could have lost my kids, or I could have had a court case or some shit. It could have got ugly for me. You know what I mean? It ain't gonna get ugly if you talking shit about me. Whatever. We could talk shit about each other all day long. You feel me? But when it get to the family and the personal shit, that's when it was like, bro, like that was the line that was crossed to me.
Yeah, I apologize, bro. That's why I deleted all of those videos. You don't see no video H Money made about DT3. All that shit was gone. And somebody, to be honest, I ain't gonna say no name. Somebody hit me up. Was like, "Oh, DT3, he came after me. I want you to, you know what I'm saying? I want you to do videos about DT3." I wasn't even trying to make videos about you, bro. Somebody came to me and it was like, "Oh, DT3 attacked me. Oh, could you make a video about DT3 for me?" And then I fed into the bullshit. I did that. Like I said, I was wrong. I deleted the videos. I apologize for everything that I said. Like a man,
Oh, it's good. I'm not mad at you. I appreciate it.
For what you just mentioned, I apologize for that. As a man, bro. As a man, bro. I deleted those videos a long time ago. I'm not on that shit. I was never on that shit. I was showing love. You feel me? When you brought me in, I was excited about the situation. It was like I had problems with people you was cool with, right? Niggas that
Yeah.
you was cool with, And niggas that troll me, bro, for a long time, you don't even know I used to just be cool with people. They used to troll me, and I seen you was cool with a couple of them, and me just being wild the way I was, I came after them, but I should have never did that, bro. That's not what this is. This is a boxing community. Just keep it boxing. I'm trying to learn from my mistakes, bro. Like I don't have problems with nobody, bro. I ain't got a problem with nobody on YouTube. And if I had a problem with somebody, I apologize to him. If I had a problem with Fred Barbershop, I apologize to him. He's LDBC. I had a problem with DT3, I apologize to him the same way I apologize to Fred, bro. My bad, homie. Like that's all I can say. It's my bad. I've been trying to reach out to you. I would have called you if I had your number, but I didn't have your number anymore. I told Andrew Tucker, you know what I mean? I told a couple of people that you was cool with, and I've been trying to reach out to you. I know you've been doing the UFC thing with your boy MMA, I think Surgeon.
That surgeon, the doctor.
Yeah, I tried to reach out to. I think he was live one day. He was gone, and I told him like I didn't know if you was on it or not, but I was in the chat, and man, my bad, DT3, bro. I'm sorry, bro. As a man, like I'm sorry, big bro. I apologize, homie, to the family, to everybody. You feel me? For real though, no cap.
Yeah, I'm not. Like, it's cool, bro. I'm not even.
I
I
want you to
appreciate it
forgive me,
though.
though,
I
bro.
appreciate
I want
that
you to
though.
forgive the nigga though. That's what I do want, bro. Or I could earn, you know what I'm saying? Earn my way back up in the ranks or whatever. Like, it is what it is, bro. But I
I
just
mean,
want
but
you.
I see you doing your thing though, bro. Like I'm really proud of you doing for real on some real rap shit. It's funny this shit, whole stream change that, but on some real rap shit, like I really appreciate in what you're doing, and I like what you're doing so far. How you switched up and changed your style and all that. Like I'm really proud of how you done that. Like that, I'm proud of. Yeah, I mean, I just wish that you could have, I mean, we could do that together and been more like on a unified front with the shit, because at the end of the day, I'm just giving you real rap. Like when it comes to that, if somebody hitting you up, like I'm not the ringleader. I say this all the time. I'm not no leader of the NBBC. I'm not that. I don't lead this shit. I'm not a leader. This is what I do with the NBBC is just it's a movement. It's a community based movement, and I just got hitters. You know what I'm saying? And my main hitters is of course me, Myron Magnus, Andrew Tucker, and then you got two hands, you know what I'm saying? And I wanted you to be amongst that. You know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, if somebody attack two hands, I'm on them. And I'm saying this to anybody. You attack two hands, I'm on you. You attack Myron, I'm on you. You attack Andrew, I'm on you. You know what I'm saying? Like that's just how it is. You know what I'm saying? I don't care who it is, community, I don't give a fuck. That's just how it is. And I respect everybody that feel like they don't got a problem with nobody in the boxing community and all that. That's cool. I ain't gonna knock you. I'm not gonna tell you how to promote yourself and push your channel. But I don't like a lot of niggas in the boxing community. I'm just keep that shit A100 real rap up front. I don't. And I'm not saying it like personally, like if I see him, it's going to be a problem. I'm going to fight these. No, it ain't like that. But as far as like the biasness and all that, no, I'm still calling that shit out. I'm still going to push that to the death of me. That's never going to change. I'm always going to be that. It's always going to be boxing over everything. And if you're pushing a bullshit narrative, if these boxers is pushing bullshit, I'm calling them out. That's why I'm calling out Khalid. That's why I'm looking for his ass right now, and I still ain't heard no tweets and none of that shit from Khalid Point talking about he want to fight Canelo Alvarez. I'm gonna get to that in a second for all those that just now tuned in. But but at the end of the day, bro, I do appreciate it and I do forgive you, bro. And I'm not just saying that because we on wax, bro. I forgive you, bro. I'm not gonna hold that over your head. I'm not finna be sitting there because I was mad at you, bro. Like I was really mad at you, bro. It was like a real problem.
Bro, I'm
You know what I'm
sorry.
saying? So it's cool, bro. I'm not like I don't, you know what I mean? Like real rap, like it's cool. Like you don't have to keep apologizing. You don't have to keep saying you sorry. You don't have to keep doing none of that. You really don't. You know what I'm saying? You're more than welcome to slide through, hop on the panel at any given time and all that. And if anybody like when motherfuckers try to attack you, I ain't like that shit. And I will say this on wax. It was people that was like telling me about you and I was vouching for you. The same way I vouched for Bruce Wayne until it got to where it's at now. But I vouched for you no matter what I heard. Only thing you did that I didn't like was like I said, when people was like, he don't let me talk and all that, and they was because people like once I vouched for you, it's weird. Like anybody I vouched for, You know what I'm saying? Like, if you do something that anybody don't like, I get phone calls, I get fucking DMs and shit about you. And the first time I called you my #1 draft pick, bro, I was getting DMs about you. All the shit.
Yeah, they
You
was
know what I
hating,
mean?
and
You know what I
me,
mean? So
they was hating on me. Me being a young brother, like, why is y'all hating on me, bro? I'm trying to do something positive. I'm not. I'm not out here robbing people. I ain't killing nobody, bro. I was just talking boxing, and people DMing you about me. Like, what kind of shit is that? You know, it just got me mad. And at one point, it felt like, damn, he ain't fucking with me no more because of these folks. And that hurt me. That hurt my feelings. Like, dang.
yeah.
And when people hit me up like, yo, DT3 said he ain't fucking with you no more and shit, I'm like, damn, nigga, I've been sick. I'm like, but it's cool, man. I'm not tripping. I should have never reacted the way I did. But even Bruce Vane, I think you did a video once and you was like, oh, Bruce Vane told me not to fuck with age. And I'm like, dang, this lame ass dude, Bruce Vane. I don't even know this dude. Why the fuck is he speaking on me? And you know what I mean? So that kind of, rubbed me the wrong way. I think that's why I kind of got upset. And I apologize, bro. That, like I said, I know you said not to apologize no more, but
Yeah.
I was
It's
wrong.
cool.
Nigga feel guilty or whatever. Like I took it too far. And yeah, that's why I deleted those videos or whatever. And yeah, man, I repent. Like I ask God for forgiveness or whatever and keep it moving, bro. Like the vision that you had in the past, like how you wanted us to be, man, it ain't too late. Hopefully we can still get to that position. And yeah, man, I rock with you, bro. I'm always come to your channel no matter what. You feel me? Like I know you always working, you taking care of the fam. Man, I appreciate you, bro. Keep doing your thing. Keep dropping the boxing videos. Keep talking your shit, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? You really started something big. You started a movement. Keep it up, bro. You feel me? That's all, bro. And you know what I'm saying? Much love to DT3. Appreciate it, bro. That's all I had. I just wanted to really apologize to you, man, and be a man. You feel me? That's all. Be a man. That's it, bro.
It's all good, money, bro. Just do your thug thing, bro. You are more than welcome, bro. We gonna talk. We gonna talk. We gonna wrap some shit up, bro. We
For
gonna wrap
sure.
some shit up, bro. Don't trip.
Thank you, my brother, bro. Much love to you.
It's all good, bro.
Peace.
The source didn't left me. It's all good. Shout out to H Money, man. You know what I mean? For real. Came through. I don't know, that took a little bit of the stream or whatnot, but that was something that had to be done. That was something that was, in a sense, long overdue, needed to happen. I tried to call him, number changed, so we handled that live for everybody to see. That it is what it is. But now we back to looking for Mr. Khalid Plant. Anybody seen the Khalid Plant tweet? Hold up. Lisa Bells. You still here, Lisa? What's up, Mondo? Actual facts. What to do with the folk? All right, we back at it. Still nothing. No Khalid Plant tweet yet. Nothing.
Nope. Still's looking.
Nothing.
Still
Where you
haven't
at,
seen
Khalid?
nothing.
Where are you at, Khalid?
Hey,
Canelo.
let me say this to you there, Boone. I wish I knew your real damn name, but yeah. That was real respectful, man. I'm glad to see two brothers could work something out together, man. I was sick of the rah 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 all over the damn place. Good to see that men can still be men. Okay, we get back to
Appreciate that. Appreciate that, Troy. Yeah, man. But yeah, what's up with this? I'm trying to figure out, Khalid Plant doing all this talking about everybody else, but the person that really matters the most, which is Saul Canelo, the Cinnamon Man, Alvarez. I don't understand that. The man that just moved up to 68 that said he's looking to be undisputed at 68. And is he actually correct, boxing source? Because I'm gonna keep it real. I am not historically accurate on the super middleweight division. So rest it to has there ever been a super middleweight undisputed champion by your knowledge?
Not by
no,
my knowledge. You've
no.
only had, Hopkins. You had the Hopkins thing at middleweight, and then it was
Mm-hmm.
what Jermaine Taylor. Then you had the whole thing with Alexander Usyk,
Nope.
and you have Terrence Crawford. But outside of that, nope. No
Nope.
other undisputed champions, especially 4-belt undisputed champs.
Nope.
So that would make Canelo the very first one. So I think he gonna do it. If that, because that's solidified, and I ain't gonna lie, that, and like I said earlier, when you asked the question pertaining to Troy, when you asked the question pertaining to Canelo's loss, and what win would supersede that loss, and we all would kind of in a sense agree that the only way that a win would overthrow that loss would have to be a fighter that's of the same caliber or better than Floyd Mayweather, and there is not a fighter of that caliber in boxing today right now that he could fight that would solidify that. So only way I believe he would overshadow that loss would be his whole entire career being the first and only undisputed super middleweight champ. Would you agree or disagree?
Yeah. It'll okay. Like if he wins all the belts at 168, that would be a first, right? That would be a first for him, and he would probably get more shine for that over the loss against the so-called legend who didn't fight passionately in his last 13 fights. Right. Go ahead, Boxing Sauce. I know you got something to say.
No, I was looking at a comment there, and and for that I was like, yeah, I don't like that. I ain't really like that dude that they mentioned. So, but keep going.
No. If he wins all the belts at 168 and he becomes undisputed, that'll be an A.
He don't like JoJo. He don't like that Jermaine Joe Calzaghe.
Slapstick Joey? I do not like Slapstick Joey. I don't like Slapstick Joey, man.
It's Slapstick Joey, or we used to call him Joey Cow Slappy. I was like, yeah, man.
He don't like that man Joey. I'm sorry. It's funny to me because nobody liked Joey. It just like all he did was throw punches, and it's like, well, the only time you people actually can say he really did something where you was like the only fight where I saw Joe throw some punches where I was like, ooh shit, was when he fought Jeff Lacey. When he fought Jeff Lacey, that was the fight I was like,
that fight was the one that made me not really like Calzaghe, because like Lacey comes from like the same area, around the same area where I'm from in Florida. He's out of St. Pete. And, we had like one fight over in Tampa before that Calzaghe fight, and he had like all the momentum in the world. Then he went up against Joe Calzaghe, and he just got flat out embarrassed, man. And I was like, oh my God.
And wasn't the same since. Ain't been
the same since. Like, but with Calzaghe, I only seen him outside of that fight. The only fight where I thought that he kind of like got himself up, or he was like kind of behind or nearly even, was when he fought Miguel Kessler. That was it. Outside of that, really nothing really impressed me about him. Nothing.
Yeah. I didn't like him either. He just didn't fight with any passion. His father, on the other hand, in the corner, I loved his daddy. His daddy.
That's where the passion came from. That was the passion right there.
I did not like Slapstick Joey whatsoever. Now the fight he had with Jeff Left Hook Lazy. When you tell people what your signature punch is, what do you expect? Especially when you have nothing else, right? So all he did was expose Jeff Lacey for what he really was, a one-handed puncher. Even Roy Jones on the twilight of his career, outboxed and embarrassed.
Yeah, that made me. That hurt me.
Some people feel like Hopkins did too.
Hopkins really hurt me because that was the signature. That's the signature fight where we got the line where we was mad at Devin Haney, where in a sense he got that line from, because Bernard Hopkins was, I think, one of the first ones, if not the first one, to say, "I'll never let a white boy beat me," and he still got his ass beat. And I was just like,
he did not get his ass beat. He threw that fight away because he dropped him and he was outboxing him, and then he threw that fight away on pride. I don't know what it was. He went to he swung behind a Slapstick Joey and then some weird body movements. When you seen Hopkins lose his focus in a fight? He lost his focus in that fight and he just gave it away. Because anytime he could drop you with a right hand coming in, a little short right, which you've never seen him do in his whole career, and then he could outbox you, he could have beat that boy. AK Broner. He could have beat that boy.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, poor Beehive. I think I was mad. Roy was just trying to make a show of it. He was just having too much. I mean, I
Oh,
get it, Roy. You like to have fun in there. You want to have fun. You don't want it to be too business. So I get it. But also, but I don't think Joe Calzaghe had the punch power to hurt Roy. But Roy Chin is questionable. I ain't even gonna flex. Like, I mean, he had all the athleticism and skill in the world in a sense, but I think his chin was a little questionable if he came across the right guy. Shit, when Glenn Johnson put him down, I was like, ugh.
let me tell you what, right?
And that wasn't
Uh,
really a big punch that Johnson hit him with. It was
He
just
hit him
the
on the
effects
temple,
of
but it
it.
was an accumulation. Boom, boom,
Yeah.
boom. Don't be saying no about my countrymen. That's a boom, 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 boom. Glenn's a cool dude, man. I tell you what I
Road
like
warrior,
about him the
boy.
most, right? Always respectful. Because if you look at all his fights after that, the one with Frock was giving him so much respect before the fight, and even after the fight, right? And
Hmm.
then when he fought Alan Green, this is Glenn, right? He beat Alan Green up, then he just hugged him, man, because I think they're real good friends, right? And Glenn was just always respectful. But let me tell you what I hate about boxing. Glenn beat Cloud. Remember Cloud from 175?
oh yeah,
Yeah,
He
dude,
Tavares
beat
the
him.
big
Cloud. Yeah.
Tavernus Cloud. Yeah, I remember
Yeah, and
him. Yeah,
boxing took
yeah, yeah.
that fight away from him, and you could tell that broke that man's heart, man. Because that was his last chance at a world. They took it away from him, man. He beat Cloud. He beat him. I don't care what nobody says. He beat
He
Cloud.
felt that. Troy felt that. He beat him.
Yeah.
I just, I,
He,
Uh,
he, yeah,
I
yeah,
heard
yeah.
the Mick in
He
him
had
with
the
that one. He
experience,
bait him,
man.
Rock. He
Yeah,
bait him.
Cloud wasn't quite ready at that particular point of his career, man. They
yeah,
just, gave him that opportunity with that belt, and you see where like Cloud ain't really done much since. I think
and
he had
then
a
they fed
recent
him to
fight.
Bernard. Then they fed him to Bernard, who beat him.
Yeah, Bernard beat the shit out of him. I remember it. Just, whew.
First
It's
and
like
foremost. Mhm.
every fighter that was big, you know what I'm saying? The only fighter that stood up to Bernard that he couldn't deal with was, but I think it was also because of age. That was Joe Smith. And
Kobe,
I think it was also due to age too.
Yeah,
But
Kovalev.
Bernard was just beating everybody. Anybody that they was hyping up at middleweight, and then they beat everybody to get up against Bernard, and he just beat the shit out of him. It's
Man,
crazy.
you know what, Boone and Sauce. If he would have started younger, and I firmly believe this, he could have been, undisputed at 160, 168, and at 175. Because once James Toney and Roy Jones were out of the way, who was out there that could beat him? Who? Because at one point there was talks of him fighting James Toney in like a catchweight at like 185, and then he backed out, and he was truthful with it. He said, James could fight. I don't want to put myself through all that at this age in life. James can fight, right? Because
Right.
James was like, man, I'll be talking about Bernard as old school. Look, James is James, so like, fuck
yeah,
Bernard, man. He ain't old school. Look at the elbows and using his head. That ain't fucking old school. I mean,
Yeah, that
James
would
is
have been something to
James,
see.
man.
That would have been
Yeah.
something to see. And I said to say, and I don't want to do it too much of a segue on it because I also feel like with the fighters that came up in that era, and that's why a lot of people be like, I should give him more respect in the sense of Wilder because Wilder fought in the sense of the end of that era because that was like where the Samuel Peters and the Shannon Briggs was still in the mix and all that. That was the end of that whole little era, and I think Wilder could have fought a couple of those dudes on their way out and would have been nice to have those names on his resume, but he didn't fight those guys. He just didn't fight
nope.
those dudes.
Let me, t- let
Wonder
me tell
why.
you. Let me tell you what, man. When I talk to when I go on these different panels with these, Deontay Wilder guys, you a hater and we know who you are. I'm like, look, man, I'm just very objective. I still own the newspaper, right? The Newsweek with him in it after he came from the Olympics, and they were trying to build. They had him in there holding his daughter, and that was going to be his story. You
Yeah,
know, he was a single young black father, and they were building that story. Good old country boy, and all that.
yep.
All of a sudden, it's like I'm trying to catch a body in the ring. If he die, what happened to the dude holding the dad or holding his child? What
Man,
happened to that story?
that was going on through Because I remember that they were still doing that story in 2016 when I was at the Spilka fight.
Yeah,
you know, they were still building off that. And then,
and what happened to the fighter that fought the French guy with the jabbing and all his punches, and he fought in the first, Bermain fight, where you saw that he could actually box some, but he needed work, right?
Yeah.
You ain't see that guy since, have you?
Nope.
Oh, hell no. Because every time I think what he saw from that fight, he's like, I think what he felt, because that if you think about it, that was the only time you saw the Wilder look like he could be something, like he was on his way, like, hey, he might be. If he get this, if he work on this and he get this, he gonna be something. And then you don't see him fight like that ever since. I think it's because he always hurts his hand. I think his hands are brittle. I think every time he tries to like really just box, I think he hurts himself. I think that's why he waits so long. He wait just to throw that one shot. You know what I mean? Because every time he boxes or he throws a lot of punches, he always fuck his hand up.
You wanna know why?
And I noticed that because he punched wrong. Of course, because he punched wrong.
Punch people in the back of the damn head too.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. He did that against
the back of the damn head.
He did that against the Vern in the second fight. He did that against Liakovic.
Did that to most of the damn fighters he knocked out.
Yep.
Yeah, stop punching people behind the head, jackass. But yes, stop punching people behind the head. I mean, stop it. But yeah, I mean, to be honest with you, I'm not gonna stay on him. But there's so many boxers where we have the coulda, shoulda, wouldas in the sport, man. But
it didn't happen.
Yeah, because especially, the fight I wanted to see that never happened was Zab Judah, Shane Mosley.
Man.
And they were scheduled to fight. But Zab wanted, he was going to get $500,000. But Zab told him he want $5 million. Shane was like, okay, you go kick rocks, baby.
That would have been fireworks for real.
Yeah.
That would have been fireworks.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I didn't think about that one.
I didn't think about that either. I never thought about Zab fighting Shane Mosley, and and Shane Mosley, when Shane Mosley fought Floyd, it's like Shane Mosley. I'm gonna just say this straight up: Shane Mosley and Zab Judah were the only two fighters that I said was gonna beat Floyd. The only two. They were the only two.
Same here.
The only two. Everybody was like, Floyd fight him, or Floyd finna whoop him. Floyd fight us, or Floyd finna whoop him. Or Floyd fight Zab. Yes! Let's go, Zab. Zab finna get him. It's over with. Team Zab, Super Judah, baby. And then this nigga just like, what the fuck, bruh? And then when Shane fought him, Shane fight Floyd, I'm like, Shane gonna get him. Shane gonna get him. And I can't lie, I was just like everybody else. When Shane caught him with them two right hands, oh my God, I was like, yeah, I told you. He gonna get him. I told you. Oh my God, you should have seen me. You should have seen me. I wasn't right.
Hey, Sauce, right? You call me the ultimate boxing hater, but that fight came out on my son's, I think it was his 10th birthday, whatever, and he asked me, Dad, can you get that fight? So I spent my $50 and got that fight, right? When he hit him with them two rights like D, I'm like, I said, Shane, come on, because he did the street thing on him. He hit him low and faked him, then he came right across with that right?
Yep.
No, but you know what got me after the fight, which is why I kept saying he threw that fight? He said, yeah, that was my biggest fight and I got tight. Hell no, Oscar was bigger than that. And you weren't tight against Oscar. So why the hell you tight against this dude?
After
man, come on.
What I would say about the 5th or 6th round, you really didn't see much effort out of Shane Mosley.
Let me tell you what, damn it.
I know. I feel you on that fight because, like DTG said, Mosley was like one of the only other fights that I wanted to see Floyd in where I was like, Mosley could get him.
Yeah, Mosley could get him.
And then you saw that, and I was waiting, and I was like, that was like one of the most anticipated fights that I wanted to see around that time. And then when Mosley hit him, I was like, no.
But the thing that bothered me is when every time Mosley hit him even before the knockdown, you could see that he was like, damn, okay, he could punch. And then when he caught him flush, I give it to Floyd. He hit him low and faked him. Then he came right across with that right. And then you saw that, I was waiting, and I was like, he's tough because he stood up to not
did.
one, not
He
two,
did.
but I think three good right hands, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, man, go to the body, Shane. Go to the body, Shane.
Go to the body.
Yeah, come on, Shane. Go to the damn body. Head hunting and joint, right? And then it didn't happen, and then he went back to the corner. He ain't do nothing for the next, what was it, y'all? 6 rounds or whatever?
Yeah, 6 rounds, man.
And that was the first time I ever seen Roger scared in the corner. Don't fight his fight. Fuck, box this motherfucker. Stop fighting his fight. Box him.
Yeah. That's the one time he spoke clear as hell, right? He spoke. Hey, he's like Floyd. He's like, look here, Floyd. I want you to stop. I want you to box this motherfucker, please. Okay.
You feel me?
He sound like a scholar talking in there.
Exactly.
He don't split no verbs or nothing.
Either box him. He's fighting his fight. Don't fight his fight. Box him. I was like, damn, Roger is. You won't never seen Brian. Roger always like, that's you doing good. Just keep doing what you're doing. Just box these motherfuckers. Easy work. You know, you don't never see Roger do shit.
I'll be honest with you. I gave him a lot of respect for Floyd, but man, I went to kick my TV off the damn stand. Oh, I was so pissed. So you should have seen my son pop up, man. My son was about 10. He popped up, and he fell asleep on the next 6 rounds. Like, I spent $50 on this damn fight, boy.
Hell no.
Stay up with me. You want to stay up with your daddy.
Hell no. But for real, I mean, that was them 2 dudes. I mean, I ain't even gonna lie. Like, and even with Zab, like, cause Zab got him. And like, what was it, round 3 or 4? He caught him and put him on the ropes. I'm like, Zab, go. Just the same thing you said, Troy. When he caught him and Floyd went in the high guard, I said, go to the body, Zab. Go to the body, Zab. Fuck his head. Go to the body, like Zab. Because everybody was on Floyd being so fast. His speed. I'm like, Zab could go blow for blow with this.
Yeah, Zab is
actually faster than him.
Zab was faster. It's like, you know what? I compare Zab Judah, and the only people that probably peeped this will probably be y'all. But I compare Zab Judah and Floyd Mayweather to Jerry Rice and Andre Rising. Rising was a faster receiver. Rising was faster. Rising was a faster receiver. He had more athletic ability and all that. But what did Jerry Rice have? Hard work ethic. He had that work ethic.
Yeah, and
it's the same thing.
I tell you what he also had, right, Boone? He had the ability to make his team better because a lot of times Jerry was used as a decoy. Take that Super Bowl they won. He was used as a decoy. And then all the defense keyed on him, and they passed the ball to the brother whose name I can't remember, and they won the Super Bowl. But Jerry knew how to humble himself. You take Randy Moss, T.O., great. I'll take him on my team any day, but I would take a Jerry Rice over all of them because he made the team better. He was just an all-around winner.
The only time they didn't depend on him was when he was on my team. And that I'll be mad at them forever. And they won the fucking Super Bowl again. They got their first one on us. And then I'm happy it's like y'all had to get them on AFC West teams, you motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? But I'm happy they got
being a Giant fan at the time.
And it was John Taylor. I was figuring out who that other guy was.
Yeah, it was John Taylor. Exactly. The Eagle boxer also was John Taylor. Exactly right. He was used as a decoy. All the defense keyed on Rice. John Taylor got that little opening. Woof.
Oh, yeah, I know what play you talking about now. Yeah. Cause I was just like, bro, how the Buccaneers just like I wanted them to win. I ain't even gonna lie, and I hate Tom Brady. I've always hated Tom Brady, and I go on record and say that shit. I don't really hate him now. I kind of starting to like him now, but I used to hate Tom Brady. I hated Tom Brady since the Tuck rule. So you know what I'm saying. I'm a Raider fan. For those who don't know, you ain't figured it out yet. I'm a fucking Raider fan. Yeah, I said I don't care if we went to Vegas. Raiders till I die.
Jordan rule, they all the same damn thing to me.
Man, ever since that damn Tuck rule, I hated Tom Brady, and this was the first time in Tom Brady's whole NFL career where I was actually happy he won. Because it was against the chefs. It was against the chefs.
That's why. Because you're right. Because it was against.
You feel me?
I feel you on that. I just don't like. I've never liked the Buccaneers, and I'm from Tampa, but I've never liked the Buccaneers at any point.
You must have an issue with one sack.
Even had Tony Dungy as coach, and they had that run where they could have beat the Rams to try to get to the Super Bowl, and they didn't.
Y'all ain't had no fucking offense. If y'all had offense,
and then they got John Gruden, I was like, oh
Let me tell
man,
you what about that, man. John Gruden got a lot of credit for something that Tony Dungy built.
That
yeah,
is true. That is very true.
That
Cause he
always
didn't do
irritated me.
nothing. All he did was basically tell them all we need to
Yeah,
do is score like 17 or 20 points. Cause
and,
can't
then
nobody
let the
score more than
defense.
10 points. Yeah, and let the defense stop everybody.
That sound like Brian Billick with the Ravens when they had that defense. He ain't do jack shit.
You know what I mean? So I mean, at
yeah.
least they built their defense though. Like Ryan, they built that shit though. But John Gruden didn't build nothing. He just came into a good situation and all the shit. And what in the cold part about it, the Brian Callahan was so fucking stupid is that he gonna fucking use the same damn playbook as John Gruden and
Yeah,
shit.
I
And
was
it's like,
like,
what the
come
fuck is
on,
wrong with
man.
you? What the fuck? You gonna use the same damn playbook? This you like he don't know his shit. You know what the fuck? Like, all right, bet. It's like, okay, all right.
That had to be the dumbest thing. That's dumb. That ain't coaching.
Right.
That's just someone who's
Yeah.
used to looking at. That's dumb.
It's like, oh,
Yeah,
what? This is all I gotta do. Y'all already know these plays. All right, all I gotta do is know this shit is cool. All right, bet. Yeah, y'all know this
Yeah.
play. Do that. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? And it's like John Gruden. He's even in practice. Like, hey, this is what this look like when they do this. This is the play they run it. Like, come on, bro. John Gruden. They never participated as the quarterback in practice before nor since like that.
You telling me some stuff I didn't know, but that's the dumbest. Listen, I ain't the greatest football mind in the world, but that's like someone trying to use. I got a bunch of cookbooks. Let's say we go into a competition. You happen to steal one of my cookbooks. You telling me that I can't make something up on the fly and you can use my books and I can. Man, stop it. Just stop.
Mm-hmm. That was that bullshit. Yeah, that
Yeah.
was that shit. So it's just like, I mean, I feel like it's the same thing with boxing. You know, like I said, you know what I mean? Like I compared to Andre Rising and Roger Rice to Zab Judah and Floyd Mayweather because I look at Andre Rising as in the sense with Zab Judah because of the athleticism they naturally gifted. Andre Rising was faster than Jerry Rice. He had all the natural athleticism more than Jerry Rice. Jerry Rice is actually quoted saying that Andre Rising was the faster, more athletic receiver. He just didn't have the work ethic as Jerry Rice. And I think Floyd was the same thing. Floyd was not more athletic. He was not faster. He was not stronger than Zab, but he had the work ethic, and I think he was smarter than Zab too. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And honestly, I do agree with Zab though. They should have kind of stopped that fight when Roger got in the ring because I haven't seen them do no shit like that before nor since. Oh, no low blows. Even if it is a low blow, I've never seen that. Never
No,
seen no
they
shit
should
like
have stopped it the minute he put his foot in. But you know what it is? Floyd and Bernard have this focus. Focused to a point where they're selfish to everything else going on in the world. They focus that tightly. That's why you never seen either one of them out of shape, have you? They
that. No.
focus that tightly. Now the thing with Roger, he said before the fight that that as soon as Floyd started to take over the fight, that Zab's gonna hit him low, right?
Mm-hmm.
And if he do, I don't know what I'm gonna do, but I'm gonna tell you something, right? So what he didn't know, Roger, is that Floyd's daddy is a real life ninja. I'm sorry, Zab Judah, daddy's a real life ninja. Back in the
Mm-hmm.
day,
Well,
back in the 80s, he was on the cover like of martial arts books as one of the most dangerous men in martial arts, right?
Mm-hmm.
So as soon as I saw him step in, you noticed that Zav Judah's father stepped in, but he was, and martial arts. You saw the little move he did. It was more of a defensive move than an offensive move. But he was letting Roger know you ain't gonna go no further with my son. You ain't gonna go no further
yo,
with my son, man.
damn, they got videos of the of Yoel Judah in competitions,
Yeah,
man.
he was a
Yeah.
bad
He
somebody.
was a bad dude.
Yeah,
He
He
was
wasn't nothing to
bad.
play with.
He was
He
bad.
was,
He
he
wasn't
was
no joke.
bad. He
Like
look,
y'all
he got
heard the,
set. Huh?
no, this
three-time
is
world
go
champ.
ahead. But what I was gonna say was just the story that Zab said on Vlad TV about him getting at him about in the corner when he was when he told his dad he wanted him to call a fight when he was fighting Mickey Ward. He was I don't know if y'all saw it, but Zab told the story about him fighting Mickey Ward. He actually said he's on record saying that Mickey Ward is his toughest fight he ever had, and it was because he said Mickey Ward caught him with one of those liver shots, one of those
Yeah,
left hooks in the body. And he said he went to the corner. He said he was done too. He said he went to the corner. He told his dad, he said, stop the fight. I can't do it. Stop the fight. I can't do it. And we not, and ladies and gentlemen, we not talking about, we talking about prior. We talking about before Gotti Ward. You feel me, Mickey Ward? We talking about when Mickey Ward was nigga deadly out here. He was one of the most dangerous punchers in the division at the time. And they was to the body. Excuse me. And they told Zab at the time, because Zab was like 17-0 or some shit. He was still on his come up shit. And they told him that, hey, a Mickey Ward fight right now is not the fight you want to take right now. So, he took the fight anyway because of it was a dangerous punch, blah, blah, blah. He gets the notoriety and all that shit. But the story, lo and behold, was that he was in the corner and he told his dad that, he wanted to stop the fight. And he said, he think his ribs was broke. And his dad was like, man, fuck them ribs. You finna go up in there and you finna kill this nigga. Fuck them goddamn ribs. Worry about them ribs tomorrow. We ain't finna stop this fight. His dad's crazy. His dad is sick. He was like, because he said, he's like, my dad's a trooper. Like, I wanted to stop the fight and all this shit. He was like, my ribs was busted and everything. My dad was like, fuck my ribs. I'm finna get in there and fight. His dad is nuts, bro. Nuts.
No, but the backstory before that fight, right?
No, I don't.
Zab's daddy told him, look, man, watch out for them body shots. And Zab was young and, he's like that. He basically said it, man. I want to feel one of them shots from Ward, because I know I can handle it. No, okay. He was young back then, man. But the thing that really hurt Zab back then, and he'll tell you now, is he couldn't stay focused. He was
the guy. He was the man, bro. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? He was the man from what is that? What's that? Blacksburg? Where Mike Tyson? They both from the same hood. Brownsville. Yeah, Brownsville.
Brownsville folk.
Hell on earth. Yeah.
You know what I mean? They coming from Brownsville. And he was, he was with the shit, bro. Zab really with the shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, he even had Vlad TV nervous. Somebody was like, so some dudes tried to rob you. He was like, no, I ain't finna give nobody shit. He's like, so some dude really pulled up on you, finna rob you, held a gun to you, and you wouldn't give him your shit? He was like, nah. So you didn't call the police? He was like, nah. We found out what we need to find out about these people, and we handled it. Some gangster shit. And, talk about like I would have gave him my shit, all this shit.
Listen, that he got 6 brothers, and and their father trained all of them, and he used to have them. Walk the neighborhoods. Kind of. This was before they had the what is the Angels? What are they? Basically, they used to patrol the area, and keep it safe, right?
Yeah.
And it was this young, unknown at the time who actually became heavyweight champion. That was in awe of his daddy, man. He really wanted to meet him. His name was Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson was in awe of Zab Judah when he was younger because he heard about his reputation and all that. Then he finally got to meet him. He used to run with Zab Judah back in the day on the street.
Yep.
Yeah. All that's true. You go Google that and see it. Mike Tyson was like, man, I heard some crazy stories about him. He said, they ain't stories. He used to train. This is Zab's daddy now. He used to train, the Hebrewites over here. I don't know if y'all got him over there, like on the West Coast, the black, black Jews or whatever you want to call them, right?
Israelites.
Huh?
Yeah, they out here. Here.
Yeah, well, Zab daddy used to train them over here. Well, at least he trained the ones in Brooklyn. I don't know if he ever worked with the NOH or NOI. I mean, but I know he trained them dudes over there. And I started reading about him once I heard his backstory. And on top of that, right, we got some dudes that actually fought him in the ring right here in Baltimore. We got some older legends here in Baltimore, and they were like, he was nothing to play with. Nobody wanted to see him. Not even Chuck Norris wanted to see him. And Chuck was nothing to play with neither. He wasn't no joke. So so that tells you a lot about Zab's daddy.
Yeah, especially in them days. Boy. Because I just felt like I would wish, like, I really, and I wanted Zab to be, I really was upset. This is when I got mad at Zab, when he lost to Danny. When he lost to Danny Garcia, that's when it hurt me. It hurt me when he lost to Danny. That hurt me.
Me too.
It didn't hurt me, and it did hurt me a little bit when he lost to Cotto, because I wasn't a big on Cotto at the time either. Like I've always been like a Zab fan. Every time Zab fought, it was like I was going for Zab, like, you know what I mean. But the fight that hurt me when he lost was when he fought Danny. That hurt. That hurt.
Well, yeah, I can tell you why it hurt me so much because I think he was on the comeback trail. Didn't he just knock out, Hooker at the time, and then he fought Danny, or do I have my time messed up? Sauce. I got my time messed up with that.
It was after, that was well after he had his fight with Floyd. But then, he fought Danny. Okay. And leading into that fight, it was almost like they were setting Zab up like he was that, when me and DT3 talk about gatekeeper, they were setting Zab like he was practically a gatekeeper serving him up for Danny. And he was coming in there like he was being disrespected, and he went off on folks before that fight. So he was trying to fight his ass off against Danny in that fight, though, man. I was like, damn, man. Yeah, I was really rooting for him for that fight.
Yeah, because they fought in Brooklyn, right?
Yep.
That's why. Yeah. That's another thing that hurt me too. Yeah, it's another thing.
Yeah, that from
Brooklyn.
Yeah, and it's just and I was always rooting for him. And then, the whole Costa Zoo thing when he lost to Costa Zoo and all that, what I'm saying? I was hurt off that loss, what I mean? It's just, then he want to try to fucking punch Jay Nady in the face and all that shit. It's just dude, shout out to Zab, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I rocked with Zab even when they was Zab a loose cannon. I still rocked with Zab. Zab was just that dude. I knew if he caught you, it was gonna be night. You know what I mean? So I always loved Zab. I didn't care about him being too reckless. I looked at him at the time as being the Allen Iverson of boxing. You know what I'm saying? Being what Allen Iverson was in basketball and all that, and what Zab was, the rebel, and he had the little hip hop swag, and there wasn't nobody really doing it like that. You know what I'm saying? Not even, Floyd was trying, he kind of popped up with it, but I thought Zab kind of really took it because he was, got that New York swag and all that shit. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, Zab was my guy, bro. Zab's still my guy. You know what I mean? So.
Yeah,
I didn't know Mickey Ward was his hardest fight though. That I didn't know. I didn't know that
because
Mickey Ward was on his fight.
Number one, you can't knock Mickey out to the chin for some reason. That dude, I don't know why you can't knock him out. And his body shots for real is no joke. I've seen him beat on for 11 straight rounds, right? And Sauce, right?
Mm-hmm.
I've seen Ward beat on for 11 rounds. And in the 11th round, he finally caught this dude with a hook to the body. And the fight was over.
And when I say that was crazy putting Zab up against Mickey Ward at that particular point.
He asked for it.
Yeah, he did. He wanted that shit. He wanted
that. He asked for it, but you listen. This is funny. It's funny, but it's not funny. We got a ballroom down here called Michael's 8th Avenue, right? And we had a lot of fighters come through. Who are the two brothers? The Durrell brothers. No. This is back in the day. The Durrell brothers used to come through when they first started, right? They came through a lot. And Zab and Zab's brothers used to fight there a lot too. Now, I can't remember Zab's brother who fight at 175, but he was fighting some local cat here in Baltimore, right? And he was doing pretty good. All until he swung, and I think his elbow or something got broke, and you heard him let out a scream in the corner. He went to his knee. He's like, I can't fight. Stop the shit. And me and my boy was just stop laughing. I couldn't stop. I don't know why, but that was cool. You had to be there to experience that because he was doing well, and he was like, oh, and boom.
That's horrible. Y'all is terrible. Y'all is terrible laughing at that man. Y'all wrong for that.
I should have seen him in the corner, man. He couldn't move his arm. Honestly, I should laugh at nobody pain like that, but it was just a scream. Like, who is that lady? Oh, damn.
You don't expect to do the scream like that, yo.
Damn. Who's that lady?
Exactly. He lost all his Brownsville after that. He won the highlight. He's like, damn, Brownsville, I'm in pain. Like, damn.
That's terrible. That is terrible. That's
we
horrible.
Fell out, man. We fell out. Oh, my God. I think they almost put us out. But I paid to get in this. It fell out on that, boy. But now his whole family's like that, though, man. Because you know what, in boxing, and I don't know if you know this, Boone, but Andre Berto, right? Andre Berto's father is another guy that's in martial arts. He started in kickboxing.
Yeah, I know he started in kickboxing. I just didn't know how good he was because I remember they interviewed Berto about that. He spoke on that. I didn't know how he didn't go deep on it though, but I remember him saying that.
Yeah, he was damn good until he got hit by a car. Yeah.
What the fuck? What, he in a wheelchair or something?
No, he used to walk with a hop. I guess after for a while he was bedridden and all that. Then he had to learn how to walk again.
Oh,
yeah. Damn. And this is what a lot of people don't know about. Bradley, right? Bradley is really a bodybuilder, man. He said he used to go as heavy as 200 pounds.
Oh, Timothy Bradley.
Yeah. You ever seen him back in the day with his shirt off? He's a bodybuilder.
I mean, he had that look, for the majority of his career, man. Like, he had that bodybuilder like type. So,
luckily that shit didn't tire him out.
Yeah.
Yeah, he went to 200 pounds. He said he's about the same height and size as you.
Yeah, that's what I was like, dude. Like, you my size, like you literally my height. Like, what the fuck? Like, I don't want to be that big. Like, I don't want to be like that. But
but then you have to see his daddy.
That's crazy.
You had to see his daddy. Talking about his daddy's sauce. His daddy was just big, just big.
His daddy's still alive, or his daddy gone now?
I don't know that much. I don't know that much. Yeah.
Timothy Bradley's dad. Because I remember, I know his dad. His dad is big as fuck. His dad was trying to condition him with a fucking rock. Like, dude, like what in the fuck? Like, why? Like, what is this supposed to do? Like, what the fuck you want to do? Like, when I get 50, my shit gonna be nothing. What the fuck is this about? Like, you really want to punish me with a rock? That shit was, when he said that, I was like, I get why you stopped training with your daddy. Your daddy's nuts. Like, he's crazy. Like, there are certain training tactics I'm just not finna engage in, dog. I'm just not finna do that. No.
Okay, then I tell you what, you gonna hate, Ann Wolf's trainer. Remember Ann Wolf?
Female boxer? My God.
My God. But she was good for dude though. She was good for what's his name? What's his name? Yeah, she was good for Kirkland. She got him right though. She had him right, man. She had him right.
Let me tell you what. There's a lot of fighters today that can use that type of training. Think about, take the Twins, man. If they had that type of training, I'm not saying they don't train good, but think about if they had that type of training, that old rustic, I don't give a damn if you're tired, push through it type of stuff.
Adrian Broner could have been Wolf as a trainer.
You know what, brother? That would be great because I think his confidence would come back because she loves hard, man. She went from wanting to beat James' ass and to love him at the same time. Like, man, I'm going to break your neck, but I'm going to love you while I'm doing it.
Yeah.
I mean, but you know what, though? Nobody really is into that old school, Marvin Hagler, Sugar Ray Leonard, Sugar Ray Robinson, Muhammad Ali, Sonny Liston, even though it was a movie, Clubber Lang. And I say Clubber Lang because of the magnitude of the hunger and the old school training and shit is what I'm saying. Like, it's not that no more. I mean, it's really not. And I saw that when I went to 3rd Street because Third Street was old school, bro. Like, it wasn't like, nowadays you can get the coach to hold mitts for you. It's easy. Yeah, all the coaches want to hold mitts for you. Hey, get that video right. You got my GoPro going? Yeah. All right, good. Gotta put this on the gram. You know what I'm saying? So trainers really quick to hold mitts for you with no problem. But Paul Wade was like, what? What's that? What? For real? Oh, okay.
Let me ask you both a question, right? Since we're just talking boxing. Why is it that a lot of the older ways tend to fade away as time goes on? Like you take like a Deontay Wilder. He said he don't run because he don't need to. He work out in a pool, and he takes some other fighters that say, well, I don't do this because that's old school, and we got machines for that now. You rarely see a fighter chopping down trees and running uphill. George Foreman used to run uphill. Goats run uphill. Humans don't. But he used to run uphill. You understand me? Right?
Yeah.
You don't see that. Why do you feel as things get older, you have to discard them instead of adding them to what you have currently? Why do you think that is? At least when it comes to boxing.
I mean, I kind of like see some of those old school things come up, but I see them from people that like are contenders are building their way up. But once they get to a certain level, it's almost like they kind of try to shortcut a lot of things, like the stuff you're talking about. Because I go in the gyms like, but even with like guys like Gary Russell Jr., you'll see like the old school gyms where once you step in the door in the gym, that thing is super duper hot, like you can't even breathe in that motherfucker. you know. So you do have some of those gyms out there, but I don't know like what's going on now. It's almost like they want to, yeah, I guess, hold the phones up and hit submits or, do that type of thing. And I don't like see people like running that much anymore, running them miles and doing the hard work. I just don't get like where that kind of was, lost, I would say. You know what I mean?
Well, I would say because I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna tell them right now, because any fighter that I get, because you running, and we training twice a day, and a lot of these fighters, you gotta understand, Floyd and I train 2, sometimes 3 times a day. And I think, like I said, Floyd was the last of that, in my personal humble opinion. He was the last of the people that would train like that. Because that's how I train. That's how I was taught. Like, Paul Wade didn't train us like amateurs. I fought amateur. I still fight amateur, but he didn't train us like amateur. So when I train for a fight, I don't train like an amateur. And he used to tell me that was the dumbest shit in the world. Oh, I'm gonna train you. This is amateur training, or this is no. There's only one way to train. You training for a fight. You train. That's how I'm gonna train you. Period. So he trained me how pros train, 2-3 times a day, 2-3 hours at a time. And I just think the fighters nowadays, the trainers aren't implementing that, because it's not always up to the fighters to do the shit. They go off of what their trainers is teaching them. So if they trainers is not pushing that, and they trainers is not implementing that, and these fighters, and even if the trainers are implementing that, and the fighters is like, man, I ain't trying to do that shit, I'm gonna do something else. It's still like, okay, well, if that's not what you want to do, you get the fuck up out. And that's why I feel like, and I'm probably gonna do a video about it, a lot of these trainers in boxing is they bitches. And I say that to say, because you go to Thailand, right? And you got dudes that's walking around with a little piece of bamboo, and if you ain't doing something right, he's slapping you on the motherfucking ankles or on the calves and shit. And if you don't like that shit, guess what he's going to tell you? Well, you can get the fuck out. You know what I'm saying? And then you got dudes that, if you don't keep your hands up, they're going to slap the fuck out of you. They're going to make sure you keep your hands up. If you don't like that shit, guess what? You can get the fuck out. Basically, the moral of what I'm saying is, if you can't handle the code of conduct that's happening within these walls, you can get the fuck out. You can go out the same way you came in. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like a lot of these trainers in boxing is really why they making it soft, because these trainers aren't keeping the old school ways and the old school habits as much as they should.
Yeah, I totally agree with that, but totally agree. But I know I can tell you a trainer that is, and I really like him too. Buddy McGirt. Buddy McGirt is the one that trains from your strength. He don't feel that, because if you go to certain gyms, and you know this, they have this thing that everybody should train in the same style. This ain't no one style fits all thing. It don't work like that. It does not work like that, but
I hate that.
yeah,
Troy. I hate that. I hate when you go to gyms and there's like, okay, that's not how. It's not how you fight. This is how you fight this way. It's like, look, dude, check this out. And I kind of got that issue now. I don't go too deep into it, but I kind of got the issue now. It's like, I don't fight one way. I fight smart. You know what I mean? And a lot of cats that do Muay Thai, they fight one way. And that's about doing damage, who can do more damage to who and shit like that.
yeah,
But I'm the type of person, I'm not finna sit there. If I don't have to take that kick, or if I don't got to take that elbow, if I ain't got to take that punch, I'm not finna do that. And if I can frustrate you by moving around on your ass and all that shit, then I'm fucking gonna do that shit, and I'm gonna box circles around your ass and kick you in your fucking neck. That's just me though, as far as, Muay Thai and shit. You know what I mean? For real. Like, I'm just not. I think it's stupid. I think a lot of shit in Muay Thai is like they want you to fight a certain way, and they'll tell you, "Oh, that's not Muay Thai." But you look at dudes like Senchai and Lordzilla who be moving and pulling back and hands down and in your face, doing hella boxing type shit though. But when these Thai dudes are implementing all that shit, oh, it's all good. That's Muay Thai. That's real Muay Thai. But when us Americans do it, it's not. Like, I think that's the phoniest shit ever. You know what I mean? So, and I think when you tell a fighter like you'll go to get to a boxing standpoint, you'll go to some of these Mexican gyms, and no disrespect to the Mexican boxing gyms, no disrespect to them, but you'll go to that and they'll want you to fight the Mexican style way. And then you can go to these other gyms, like if you go to the Floyd's gym, you're probably gonna just mainly fight. Their gym is defense first, so you're gonna learn the shoulder roll and all that shit, and the Philly shell defense. You're gonna learn that shit. That's gonna be like boxing 101 for you. Is learning the shoulder roll, Philly shell defense.
Yeah. Hey, Boone. Yeah. Hey, Boone. Since I know you into it like that, I want you to got some homework for you when we get off here. Back in the day, before we had the Charlos, right?
Yeah.
They had these twins. They were from Asia, but they were boxing champions at like super flyweight. Right. Google. Go ahead and Google. The Galaxy Twins and check them out. I want to say that they came from Muay Thai or whatever, and then they transitioned over to boxing. Well, both of them were champions at the same time. Yeah. Nice. They call the Galaxy Twins. Both of their names start with K, but I can't pronounce their first name. They were from Thailand.
It's another dude from Thailand who went 50-0 and they didn't give him no props, and he was from Thailand. It was like Rosen or some shit
or something like that.
I want to say that was one of these twins, but let me check since I'm on here.
Because I was mad about that. They didn't get that Thai dude no props, and dude was like he went 51-0, and I'm sorry, man.
That wasn't he. There was a dude called Lopez. Ricardo Lopez went 51-0, and he had one draw.
They ain't gonna give him no credit, bro.
Nah,
they're
not.
That's not.
It was somebody else that went 54-0 and retired, but I don't remember who that is.
Yeah, that's not gonna happen.
And you talking about the thing about training, and they like give everybody like the same style. It seems like they do that in Big Bear with Abel Sanchez, because I see it almost like the same style with Gennady Golovkin. I've seen the same style when you had recently with Dominic Brazil against Otto Wallin. I'm like, come on, man, that can't work with these guys. Like, you got to be able to, teach what their strengths are, and not just have everybody one style. I think, they had the thing with Cecilia Brækhus in the first fight against, against Jessica McCaskill. I was like, come on, like you're fighting the fight that Jessica wants. That's why I felt she lost that fight. Was going to be in the inside and scrap with Jessica McCaskill. I'm like, that's her avenue,
Yeah, you need to step back and box. You don't need to sit there and fight that fight with her. But that's what I'll be saying. Like, and I don't like that, because if you think about it, Abel Sanchez said himself. I mean, this is a guy that says that black fighters aren't entertaining. The defensive style is not entertaining, and I'm here to say, man, and it's irritating because a lot of people do it now. They do the Philly shell defense and all that shit, and then for somebody to come through and say that it's not entertaining and you have a platform to what you have. Luckily, Abel Sanchez is a dumbass and he's good at fucking himself off, so nobody really stuck to that. But for him to say that black fighters wasn't entertaining and all that shit, and then he got this one way of teaching you. No, you don't have. Look at Triple G. Triple G is Abel Sanchez's protege. You train with Abel Sanchez, Triple G. That's what you're gonna get. Come forward. No head movement. None. And he's just gonna come forward. Luckily, Triple G is a strong dude. And he's physically gifted. Because if he didn't have that shit, bro, Triple G career would have been over a long time ago.
Yeah. And he had that failure with Maris Brothers against Alexander Usyk. Like, Usyk, man, like he ain't had no type of adjustments during that fight. Reyes against Usyk. I was like, man, come on, yo.
Let me ask y'all something about Triple G. Do you believe that he's aged out now?
I don't. You know what? Triple G, he did show when people was like, saying he not better. Triple G is better. He better. Because he showed in the last fight, he will move his head. If he see he's getting hit too much, he'll start to move his head. It takes him to get hit a couple of times to start moving his head, which let me know that he's working on moving his head. You know what I'm saying? Unlike how they was talking about Yaldrum training with Yoel Diaz, saying he was getting better and better and better. And then you see him in the fight, and it's like, no, he's not. But when and who was training Triple G? I forgot dude's name. Excuse me, Lord.
Thanks.
Yeah, after we saw that Banks was training Triple G, we thinking like, is he gonna get better? And we thinking like, nah, Triple G's so used to fighting this way, and it's like, nah, Banks actually got him moving his head and slipping a little bit. I was like, oh, look at Triple G moving his head, and he was doing that, and I was really impressed with that. Now, do I see him being like a slick ass boxer? No, but I do think Triple G is one of the most dangerous fighters in the pocket there is. You know what I'm saying? If he's able to move his head the way, in a slick way, with his fighting style, bro, who gonna beat him in the pocket? Who gonna stand there and take them jabs, them right hands, them hooks, them accurate punches? Who gonna take them? But I don't think Triple G is gonna get that damn good where he's just like impeccable in the pocket at all. I don't think he's gonna get there. But I think the fact that he was able with Banks, he was able to adapt, and he didn't try to change Triple G. He just taught him how to certain things and increased his game in boxing. Abel just wants you to fight one way: come forward, wing and ding, take something to give some.
Yeah, like Floyd said about Golovkin at that time, straight up and down, no special effects. But Jonathan Banks implemented a couple things on defense and a couple things on offense too, to where it would seem like Golovkin has developed as a fighter, and to a certain point, that's why I really want Golovkin to fight like someone like Demetrius Andrade, because a lot of Golovkin fans complain and talk about, what has Andrade done in order to fight Gennady Golovkin? But at the same time, you got guys like Steve Rose that are able to fight Gennady Golovkin, or the last mandatory defense that Golovkin had, and nobody really complains about that. But at the same token, you could have Golovkin facing Andrade, where he could potentially have a win almost to the level of Pacquiao beating Keith Thurman. Because Pacquiao was, he's on the, older side and all of that type of stuff, going up against an established guy like Keith Thurman, who came in there undefeated, was the WBA super champion at welterweight, and Pacquiao was able to beat him. So why doesn't Golovkin try to have one of those particular fights? Because I know that, in the previous discussion that we had on the live, like, what was Canelo's signature win? My question is, what has Golovkin's signature win been over the course of his career? Because as far as I know, who he got, Jacobs maybe, or Kell Brook? He didn't really say Kell Brook.
Thomas Stevens is his signature win, actually, and I only say that because of that face that Curtis made when he got knocked down.
He's like, ooh.
Yeah, that's right, bro. He's a meme forever. I wonder if he gets paid for that. I really do. Like, hey, bro, y'all gotta pay me.
Depends on who, depends on what the meme is. Like, you gotta get like some kind of copyright or something.
For real, because that picture is classic. Whoever took that picture, is paid. Whoever took that bitch is paid like a motherfucker, because boy, that face is classic. That's up there with Ortiz and Wilder's face and Brevin Severn when he was doing the stanky leg cargo. Like, whoever took them pictures, God bless you. That picture's going down in boxing history. For real,
no, but you know who made the second fight classic against Wilder, and the brother you just said, right? Mike Tyson. Did you see that interview when Mike Tyson was like, well, when it comes to Mr. Wilder, you can't be fighting guys like Mr. Stebbins who look like they just you can't be fighting guys like Mr. Stebbins who look like they didn't train for the fight and thinking you're doing something. He fighting Mr. Stebbins, who, and the whole time, who the hell is Mr. Stebbins?
For real.
Like somebody like Mr. Stebbins and think that, you're a good fighter, son. That's not gonna work there, man.
Yeah, and the fact that Deontay Wilder talked shit about Mike Tyson made me mad because it was like, when it was like, he only fought 2 Hall of Famers, blah, 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 and I was just like, that made me mad because it was like, okay, wait, hold up. The fact that y'all entertaining this is retarded because let's give that some validity real quick. Okay, let's say for Pete's sake that he actually only fought 2 Hall of Famers, right? And that's the end of his career. How many Hall of Famers have you fought, Wilder?
How many
particular junctures?
How many current top heavyweights have you fought and beat Deontay Wilder?
How many? Because last time I checked, the fighters you fighting is like top 100 or top 50 type motherfuckers. So,
wait, he beat Ortiz. That settles the whole argument. He beat Ortiz, yeah.
And Ortiz's the biggest win is Brian Jennings. The fuck out of here.
But you know what, man? That tells you how some people are just not that smart. Because if you have Mark Breland in your corner, Mark Breland and Tyson are childhood friends, right? Mm-hmm. Mike used to go to all his fights when he was champion of Breland. He's the one. Okay, that whole, what is that? What does Mike Tyson say? Punch with what? Punch with mean intention. Mm-hmm. He used to tell that to Mark all the time. He used to say, Mark, man, you good, but you're not punching with mean intentions, Mike. So that's where that came from. He used to lean on Mark about that. And if you look at it, you got a legend who's now a podcaster, and you got his friend sitting right there as your trainer, but you can't get on his show. And you sitting in the car talking about you upset that someone compared you to Mike Tyson. You should be happy that anybody would even compare you to Peter McNeely. Okay, shut up.
He's disrespectful. Leave Wilder alone, Troy. Leave him alone. Leave him alone. Leave that man alone. He ain't even boxing right now. Leave that man alone. Yeah. I was just trying to make a point here, people. But before I get up out of here, I want to ask the panel one last question. And it might take a little more time for us to get through with it, but this is going to be my last segue before I get up out of here. But I was on G5 TV's live about the other day. Shout out to my boy G5 TV, man. If you ain't subscribed, man, go subscribe. But he was saying that the heavyweight division is the deepest division, meaning that you can make, it's a lot more names, meaning you can make a lot more matchups and a lot more fights with a lot more big names. He said that the heavyweight division is the deepest division because he can name 30 fighters in the heavyweight division off the dome. And they did. I'm not going to say they did. Shout out to my boy G5. They did. They named 30 heavyweight fighters, and they said they couldn't name 30 fighters in any other division that were top dudes that people know that they can make fights. So do you guys think that the heavyweight division is the deepest division in all of boxing?
Currently? Or what are we talking about?
Yeah, currently, like right now, it's the heavyweight division right now. The deepest division, like you can make the most fights, the most matchups right now.
No. That's from 130 right now with them young cats to I would say to 140 with them young cats. Then you got 147 with all them dudes that are starting to age out, the Crawford, the Spencers, and all of them. I would say it's those two weight classes, but not heavyweight, because all you have is you got Joshua, of course, you got Fury. I'm going to put White ahead of Wilder because he's not fighting. So then you got White, Wilder, Parker, and help me out.
Hunter, Povetkin.
I can't stand him. His style makes. I put his. Yeah, man, his style is up there with Ellaby's nose. It gives me nightmares, man. I can't friggin' stand.
Come on, leave Ellaby's nose alone.
What does his nose got to do with this? Damn. But you already said Joseph Parker. You said
Joseph
Usyk.
Parker. You got Alexander Usyk.
I didn't say nothing about Usyk at all. Nothing.
People
Well,
really
but
like
he up there. But he in the division. You know what I'm saying?
but
Otto Wallin is up there. You can see.
Charles
Who else?
Martin. I gotta see what he could
Yep,
do.
Charles Martin. You got Charles Martin.
Andy Ruiz Jr.
Andy Ruiz. Yep. I mean, we got some. That's what I'm saying. Like people we could just name like right now off the back in the division that we know we could just make some matchups like right now. If of course we know they're not gonna, most of them not gonna happen, but if we could make matchups like right now, the heavyweight division would be considered the deepest division as far as fights you can make and stuff and all that type of shit.
Well, you know that. Listen, I understand you're trying to bounce, but I want to ask. I actually want to ask this on Myron's page, page, right? But who's that? You, Boxing Sauce? With all I know, is that you? No, D. Okay.
Yeah, that's me. That's me.
Okay. Yeah. Think about these 4 fights. These 2 fights I'm put together. You take Michael Kofi, right, and you put him in there with Forrester, right? The guy we just saw. Is it Forrest or Forrester?
It's Forrest, Jerry Forrest.
Forrest. And then then you take Zhang, that's his name, the guy he fought.
Yeah.
And you put him in there with Farr, the guy who just lost to Parker. That's a nice little card with those 2, and then you could back that up with Nasty Hunter fighting. What's the other guy's name I don't like? Boxing Sauce, the other European guy, Horrible Bitch. No, Horrible Bitch. What's his name?
Dude, Povetkin?
Horrible Bitch, I call him. His name is
Hergovich. Forgot Hergovich.
Horrible Bitch against Michael Hunter, right?
Yeah, that's gonna happen.
And then the headliner would be Joyce versus Usyk. Think about that. That sounds like a good card. Well, I guess the heavyweight.
Oh, we forgot Joe Joyce. Yeah, the heavyweight division, man. We got some fights that could be made in the heavyweight division. You know what I mean? Not saying that there can't be.
Damn, where can I find the thing for Michael Coffey? Because he just had the fight where he won. Right?
YouTube, man. Go to YouTube, you'll see it.
Yeah, and that joint, man. Actually, Darmani Rock, right? So this fight that happened with Zhang and Forrest got caught with the same punch that Michael Coffey hit Darmani Rock with, basically, man. Darmani Rock and Coffey were like over on the ropes and they were scrapping it out. And then Michael Coffey came in there with like a left, it almost was like a left hook, left uppercut combination and said, "Bow!" Knocked the sweat off. Boy.
No, but that whole left hook sauce was beautifully timed, wasn't it? That thing was a thing of beauty. Thing of beauty is a joy for life. Yeah. Damn, that was pretty, man. God damn. That was a pretty left hook, man. Beautiful.
Well, that was I gotta ask this though. So in my opinion, I'm gonna be real. I feel like the best left hook I've ever seen, or the best person I've ever seen throw a left hook, is Joe Frazier. I haven't. That's just me. That's the person I've seen. Like when he landed, it just looks so pretty. You know what I mean? So, who do you think is the best person that you ever seen throw a left hook and land it, and it's just pretty? Like whoever y'all seen to throw the best left hook.
Go ahead, Sauce. I'm gonna come in behind you. Go ahead.
If it wasn't Frazier, it was Tyson because of the way they use their body to throw it. It's just textbook. You use your lower body, you put your torso into it, and then just use that as your strength, and then come with the hook. Wow, like that's textbook to me, man.
Yeah, I tell you what, I'm gonna give Frazier. Frazier's up there with me, but he's not number one. But I'm gonna tell you what, he hit some legends with that shot, because if you look at the first fight with Foreman, where he lost, right? But watch Foreman's face when he threw that left hook at him. Tell me you didn't see fear in his eyes, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that was Big George back then, the body and everything.
Yeah.
But the best left hook, if you ask me, was that 6-inch left hook that Joe Lou. I have all his fights on DVD. He had this beautiful 6-inch left hook, man, and I seen him hit a man, and the man had to jump like 3 inches off the canvas and then come back down. and then when he caught, Max Schmeling in this, I think he almost messed up his spleen with a left hook when Max turned his. Did he turn his? Yeah, he turned his back.
No, he turned his whole back. He told me when he caught him on the ropes, and he just
and he screamed out. And he screamed out. Let me tell you what, that left hook almost messed up his spleen. He said basically couldn't. He had a 6-inch left hook, and anybody could want to argue with me. He would beat Ali. You can say, well, he's slow of foot and all that. No one ever said he had slow hands. No one ever seen him off balance, have they? Until he got wobbled, right? He had the best left hook to me. And then the third guy I would say would be Bob Foster, old skinny. Before there was a Tommy Hearn to his right hand and his left hook to the body, Bob Foster he would send you to your grave with them. Woo! He would send you to your grave with them punches, man. Until he stepped up to fight Frazier, and Frazier's like, "This is a left hook right here, okay? This is a damn left hook."
Show you.
His name is on the tip of my tongue, and I know you guys know him. And he's an old school fighter, and my partner Quez remind me of him. And him and Ernie Shavers to me is, in my humble opinion, the hardest punchers in boxing.
Lyle or Norton?
No, not Norton. He was a middleweight.
Oh, okay. Julian Jackson?
Yes, Julian Jackson. Julian Jackson is one of my favorite. Julian Jackson and Ernie Shavers are like my two. Those are my two dudes that I would say are like my hardest. I would say like my hardest punchers. Outside of Ernie Shavers or Julian Jackson.
What, B? You have certain fighters which take any combat sport. You have certain fighters that are strong. You have certain fighters that are hard punches. Then you have some fighters that are just have that gift from God that God gives you. That was Julian Jackson. And people always said his power, but you know how he was able to deliver that power? He had the best eyes in boxing. That's why his timing was like that. Because look at all them fights where he was losing. Look at the fight against Harold Graham when he was losing every stinking round, right? And then he caught Harold Graham, and Harold Graham's lower body went down first. And then his upper I'm laughing at my cousin on L, man. That's my cousin, man. Don't laugh at it. And then this fight with Terry Norris. If you haven't seen that, the panel, y'all up here, please go watch the fight with Terry Norris. Terry Norris was having a good old time with his speed and his movement. He was doing the Sugar Ray on them. Boom, 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 move. Split second, he stood on the ropes because he liked what he was doing. Gotcha. I got you.
Night.
He finished him on. You know how you see a fighter fall on his. He fell on his face. That tells you he was because see, some fighter will hit you and they could probably break bones. Julian hit you and shut down your nervous system. That's how hard he hit. Seriously, he shuts down your nervous. Wherever he hits you, he's shutting down your nervous system. He could cause you to have blood clots, so he'll mess up that part of your body. That's how hard that boy hit. That's how hard he hit. Good
Julian
God Almighty.
He was something else, man. Like my partner Quez. Shout out to my boy Jaquez Hackett, man. It's like, bro, it's like you one of the. I just think like he was just one of the hardest hitters. I'm not saying skill wise for those who think I'm not skill for skill. I'm just saying like if he hits you, I don't give a fuck what he hits you with. Right hand, left hook, right uppercut, left uppercut, straight right. Hell, a good jab will sit you on your ass. I feel like Julian Jackson, Ernie Shavers. Those are my guys. Anytime somebody tell you, pertaining to Ernie Shavers, anytime somebody tell you he hit me so hard, I felt it at the bottom of my feet, I'm not fucking with you.
I tell you what I love about Ernie Shavers, though. You have some people that will say that I am the hardest puncher in boxing, right? Ernie Shavers never once said he was the hardest puncher. I tell you who did say it, though, Ali. Larry Holmes, Ken Norton, etc., etc. All these people that are legends and so-called Hall of Famers, those are the ones that said he never once said, "Hey, I'm the hardest puncher." Everybody else was though. He was like, "Man, don't even shake my hand, okay, Ernie?"
Yeah. And that's how I learned how people hit hard. It was like I would shake a dude's hand. I remember telling a couple people, and I would just shake their hand like, "Oh, you hit hella hard." Hey, look at some people don't, and some people don't even know their own strength. Some people don't; they've never really punched nothing before. So I'm shaking people's hand, and I was like, "You strong as shit. You can hit hella hard." And they never knew. It's like I just know, what I'm saying, by their handshake. That's how you can tell how strong they are, how hard they can hit. Because there's some dudes, man. Shit, it's some women. Shit, they got some handshakes for your dog ass.
No. But who's the current fighter, y'all? He fights at 147. He's one of the young boys coming up. He's 6'2", I think. 6'2", 6'1".
Rodriguez, I think his name.
No, man,
or
he's black. Is it James or something? I don't remember his name, but he's like 6'1", 6'2". He's up there with all the little, young ones that are coming up. But he always gets caught on the inside, man. He got the height and the reach and everything. He doesn't know his own strength yet either, D. I tell you the truth.
Are you talking about Robert Easter?
No, man. No, he's at 147. 147. He's 6'2". Come on, y'all. He can't be too many dudes at 147 and 6'2" right now. Who is he? James something. James, is his name James?
Not Jamal. It can't be Jamal James, but
how tall is he? How tall is he, man? Because if he's 6'2", then that's who the hell I'm talking about. That's who the hell I'm talking about. That dude, I'm telling you, Boone, he does not know his own strength. You want to know why? Because he gives up his height and everything. You should not be trading blows with a guy that's 5 foot. It's him. Yeah. Watch him fight, right? Watch him fight. He does not know how strong and how talented he really is because he gives up his height to guys that are 5'7", 5'8", 5'9". He likes to stay on the inside. No.
6'2" with a 70-inch reach, man.
He's 6'2", right?
Yep.
Don't go ahead and watch him. He's currently 147 pounds, and he's listed with the other top two guys or whoever else is out there. But he ain't gonna make it fighting the way he is. He needs somebody to get in there and say, "I'm gonna teach you how to use that height and that reach." I'm gonna tell you, once that happens, he's gonna start knocking people out. He is. I mean, he gives away everything. He gives away all his gifts, all of them. Oh man, he gives it away, man.
Got you.
Yeah.
Well, in closing, I'm gonna start with you, Troy. What are your final thoughts on tonight, the fights, and what do you see going forward with Canelo and Khabib? Do you see anything happening with Khabib and Benavidez, Canelo? Like, what do you see going forward? Closing thoughts. Start off with Troy Rizzi.
With all the rigmarole, A side, B side, Canelo to me at least is like a breath of fresh air. He understands that he is the business and boxing is just a vehicle. At least, and if it's not him, there's somebody behind him that has built him that way, right? So I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful for fights coming up with Shields. The whole card is all females on the card, right? Hopefully that continues. And I just want boxing to get back to boxing, man. We as fans do not need to know what goes on behind the curtain when it comes to business. We don't need to know that crap. We just need to enjoy fights and have these debates where you could get angry and stay cool at the same time. You shouldn't want to have to hit somebody with a bus, throw them in a dumpster, set them on fire. And then I'm not saying that I'm going to do that, but shouldn't feel that way, right?
For sure.
And on
Appreciate you, bro.
Yeah, man, I'm gone.
Appreciate it, bro. Shout out to my boy Troy Rizzi, man. Appreciate you for coming on, man. Nigga, appreciate you. What's up, Source, man? What you got going on? Closing thoughts, man. What's going on with you? What you think about tonight's fights, and what do you see for Canelo going forward? Aside with this Billy Joe Saunders, what do you think about Khabib Plant not sending out not one tweet about the man that's coming his way? What you got going in? What's going on, Source? Holla at your boy.
Yeah, there wasn't, really much to, talk about as far as like the fights over in Miami. Everything was expected. Canelo having an easy night against Yildirim and making a formal announcement of him fighting Billy Joe Saunders on May 8th. So all of that was expected. I was trying to look for the post fight for the Darrell versus Kyron Davis, and they haven't posted yet because I ain't even record that post fight joint. So I was just waiting for them to kind of like send it out. But it is what it is with that. Caleb Plant, I guess he's apparently still on CP time. He's kind of like banking on holding that IBF title. And the thing is, like a good number of people like feel like his fight that he had to win the title has basically been his, biggest fight, up to this particular point of his career. He hasn't really had any fights close to that level yet while holding the IBF title. So, that's kind of telling. So it's going to be a significant step up for him if he ends up fighting Canelo, which I feel like it may happen for September. Although I did put in that, drop in that suggestion that Jamal Charlo should move up to 168 and fight Caleb Plant because Canelo versus Charlo would be a bigger fight. I'm just putting that out there. And shout out to Troy mentioning, Caressa Shields versus Marie-Eve DeCara. That's going to be March 5th. Had a chat with, Dimitri Salita of Salita Promotions earlier this week. So I'm going to see if I could post that later on. He was talking about the fight and the fight card. So, that's going to be something to, really support. So I'm going to, go ahead and get that fight for March 5th.
All right, man. And like I said, man, I think that Jamal should move up 68. And my closing thoughts is that he should move up to 68, fight Khalid Plant, knock him out, because I do think Jamal Charlo could stop Khalid Plant, and get the IBF belt and just sit back and just wait for Canelo to wait for that phone, that Canelo call. And I feel like if you really want that Canelo smoke, I think that's what you'll do, because Khalid Plant is not on Top Rank. He's not on the zone. He's PBC guy. There's no reason to not make the fight. There's no excuse of him being on the other side of the street. There's no reason to not make that fight happen. So I feel if we really want to see a major fight with Canelo and Jamal Charlo, man, Jamal, you got to move up and get a belt, a world title, and make it to a place where Canelo can't do nothing but fight you. Because at this point, Canelo don't have to fight you based on the way he's pushing his own career. He wants to be undisputed at 168. There's never been a champion. Undisputed champion at 168 pounds. Canelo wants to be the first one to do it. And if you're not somebody that's finna stop him or in line in him to fight him to do that, he's not finna waste his energy on fighting you. So in closing, that's my last thoughts. And thank you, Source, for coming on, man. I appreciate you. You're always welcome. You already know what's up. My boy Troy Graham, appreciate you, man. Your knowledge is always useful and needed, man. I'm grateful, great to have you, man.
Yeah.
Always.
Hey, D, you out there in Oakland, right?
Yes, sir. Well, I'm from Oakland. I live in Fairfield.
Okay, yeah. So you got them beaches where people lift weights and all that stuff out there, right?
No, that's LA.
No? Oh, LA, yeah, yeah. Because just between me and you, I'm looking for a nice plus size single bodybuilder woman to go.
Here we go.
Oh my God! On that note, we out of here, y'all.